name is Bill Lindeman. I'm a visual merchandiser with Burton & Burton, and today we are going to work on a wreath made strictly of ribbon. So with that, we'll start. You can find the wreath form at any local floral supply house or a craft store. It could be any size. This particular one happens to be 18 inches. And you want to wrap the wreath with a base ribbon. And what I've done is I've used a little bit of hot glue on each little seam here. So I've done enough of it to get it started for you. And I wanted to show you how to do it quickly. It's not hard at all. This is 7 yards of ribbon. You're going to keep going around as tight as you can, get it started, and then keep going. And when you hit a seam or a wire rib right here, you're going to add a little bit of hot glue right on the ridge there, and then that will help to secure your ribbon as you're winding it on. I think a lot of times it takes more ribbon than people assume it does. First I thought this was only 5 yards, and then you get started and it doesn't cover. So when you come to the end, this will be covered. Clean it up a little bit and add a little bit of glue right here, and you are good to go. Now I've made a little hook on the back first. I'm going to show you a little tip on how to do that. It's probably about 5 inches of ribbon. I folded it down and made a clean edge on one side. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here and fold it down, another clean edge. I've wrapped a wire ahead of time. I'm going to lay this wire down. Put some glue right here. And fold the ribbon into the glue. That way we have a clean hook that's the same. It also tells the people where to hang it from. So you have a nice little hook, and that can be hooked on there or wired on to begin with, which would create a nice little hook on the back of your wreath. Then you know you're telling your client, or if you're selling this, where they're to hang it from. Okay, on the table here, pre-cut all your supplies. For example, the ribbon was cut ahead of time for the wrapping of the wreath form. I had pre-measured one to see how large it would be or how much I would need of each one to make these little leaf pieces for my rose. Each rose is made out of 1 yard of ribbon. And then when we get to the end, we'll have streamers that are 2 yards of ribbon each, and to finish your piece right here. Now to get your ribbon, we're going to do a 2-colored ribbon. It took 7.5 yards to do this wreath, and I wanted 2 colors. The easiest way to do that is to take one length of ribbon and glue it to the other one. You can also staple this if you'd like for double security so it doesn't come off. And you are ready to go. Let's clean up that area. So what I'm going to show you is 2 pieces of ribbon. You're going to start by making a slip knot. And you're making a loop that goes over itself, and this one is going to go through the center of that loop here, this piece, and you're going to tighten it down. You're going to go to underneath, you fold under, come through this loop here, make another loop, and pull this down. Go through your pink loop and pull it down. Also bring your ribbon up from underneath again and go through and pull it down. And you can see how you're starting to make a chain or a braid. You can do this with school colors or Christmas colors. It'd be great for Christmas as well, green and red. With a little bit of practice, you can do it without any problem. So you can see how this is coming out. When you flip it over, it's a beautiful braid. When you're doing this also, figure out at least 4 times as much ribbon as you need to go around the diameter. So 7.5 yards for an 18-inch wreath. Once you've reached the end of your piece, you want to put a little bit of hot glue down inside your last pieces of ribbon. And for example, right here, we're going to put right in there a little bit. And you are done. Then you can cut that last piece for a clean edge right inside the loop. So it's clean and finished. So that's your 7.5 yards of ribbon braided into a wreath form. It probably won't take all of it to do this, but we are showing you all of it. Now, this is the top of our wreath, so I want to start down here at the bottom. And I'm going to turn this around. And we're going to add a little bit of glue right here onto your ribbon. This is your binding surface. And all you're going to do is you're going to lay your ribbon right on top of there, press it down, give it a turn. Just continue all the way around until you get to the end. You can loosen it a little bit because you want it to be as fluffy as you can get it as well. So the key point in making this wreath is being prepared ahead of time, as in anything. If you're doing any permanent work or fresh flowers or hand-tied bouquets or anything, get all of your ingredients ready ahead of time, and the finished product goes together quickly. There we go, we're about done here. So I'm going to glue these other 2 pieces down so they do not move. Add a little ribbon, a little bit glue inside each piece right there. And to snip these right off. Helps to have a very sharp scissor. On these double-faced satin, it's like I said, it's slippery. Just cut it right off. Stop it right there. So you can see, don't worry about the end here. It will get a little messy, but we're going to cover that up. But you want to clean it up as best as possible. Fold this ribbon right down in there for that last loop, and we are done. There is your braid attached to the wreath. Let's show you how to make your ribbon leaves. Cut your length of ribbon. It's a 12-inch length. And you're going to make a figure 8 with it. So you go fold it over this way. You fold it back over itself and down. And this is where I cheat a little and use a stapler right in the middle. Come back and start another one. If you make all these up in advance, so you know what you need, there's 2 per rows. So on this wreath, we will have 22 figure 8 leaf pieces of ribbon. And then once you get that done, you can put them together. A little dab of glue in the center here. The staple helps me to do it in advance, and you're done. So that is ready to go for your next piece. To make your rows, you're going to cut 1 length of ribbon, 1 yard. Sometimes it helps to take these 2 wires at the end here, pull them out, what I like to do is just take these two wires and twist them to ensure that they're not going to pull out. You can probably skip this step, but it helps a little. And we're going to tie a little knot right at the end here. Pull it tightly. And go to the other end of the ribbon, and you're going to select one side and pull the wire out. Needle nose pliers works great for this. And you're going to start to shear the ribbon down the wire. And be careful not to pull too aggressively because you can break the wire, and then you have to start all over again. But what you're doing is you're going to shear this all the way down to the end of the ribbon here. So this gives you a basic idea. You start, once you get a little bit of the ribbon slack, a little bit of a looseness in the ribbon, it'll start to fall into place. And you just walk your fingers down the ribbon to pull it down. And eventually, you're going to shear all of the ribbon until it looks just like this. It's one ruffle. Okay, so once we do this ruffle, then we're going to find where the ribbon comes out of the knot, and you're going to start to wind it around the top of the knot. And you're going to create that rose. You can tighten it up. Take this end piece here, fold it down inside where your fingers are, and then take the last of the wire that you have and wind around the base of that rosette. So you can see you're getting a nice, you can adjust it now, and you're getting a nice little rose. And then cut the excess off the bottom, and you are good to go. Then we're going to take that rosette, we're going to put a little bit of glue down in here, inside of your ribbon cluster, and you're just going to add it down in there, and we are finished. We have 11 of these to put on our wreath. These are those 2-yard lengths of ribbon that we talked about earlier. And we're going to find the center piece of the ribbon. We're going to go over the bottom part of the wreath. This is where we're hiding those mechanics. We're going to pull it down, and we're just going to tie a simple knot, double it so it doesn't come undone. And then we're going to go from there to the next side. And this goes right along with all that bohemian flavor stuff that's going on, all the bohemian trend that's going on with the long fringe and dream catchers. Usually I like to do 5 of these from the center. So my center's right here. So this one, I go one more over here, and we are okay. Becomes rather luxurious the more you add on top. It becomes more textural. So next we're going to take our off-white and we're going to go between the pink. You just continue to go between your pink streamers to fill up that space. And that's also showing you that you're covering up any mess that you may have made when you were attaching the end of your two pieces of your braid. So what we've done there is 5 pink. You can vary your, if you want to use a different number, you can. 5 is a nice even because it gives you a center section and 2 other sides, and then you've got your 4 pieces there. And then you're going to go back over the top of all this again with a number 9 sheer pink. And do the same process, repeating double knots on the bottom. That's why I said this would be perfect for a bridal situation or Valentine's Day door or baby shower. This one tends to be, because of the ribbon roses, quite feminine. If you did school colors or you did one in something for Christmas, you could use a peppermint or other ribbon. We're going to go through here on this one. You can see how nice and full this has become. It's all about layering and texture. That's step 1, 2, and 3. Finish, and you can see how lovely that gets, nice and full. Okay, now we're going to go to our last step. Find the center of your wreath again. We know where our hanger is, right here. And what we're going to do is a little hot glue. We're going to put our first piece in. And then we're going to go up above it. Just keep adding till we fill up our bottom. And you are finished. Let it set a little so that they do set on there and the glue adheres well. For a finished touch, you want to make sure that you dovetail all of your ribbon, and it just completes the look. And to dovetail, you just fold the ribbon in half and cut from the inside fold to the outer edge. Gives you a nice dovetail. We'll do that again. Fold it, cut. And you want a good pair of fabric shears for this non-wired ribbon. Here is our final product, complete with our ribbon roses, and all of our steps are completed. You can elevate your wreath by adding some either battery-operated lights or the electric rice lights, and that gives another dimension to the piece. Enjoy, and make sure to call Burton & Burton for your ribbon supplies.